It's one thing to look at a field on a computer screen, so and even go through guns up and go through the 3D view. Completely different when you come out here and you step on it and see it. And so like, I was like, man, I want to play this field.
Yeah, it's cool.
So I was like, yeah, this is the field. If I have a choice, this is it. Hey, what's up guys? Nick Slowiak here of Die, out here at Adventure Valley Paintball, just outside of St. Louis, here for a team scrimmage little clinic soiree. We're gonna talk to two teams we have out here and go over how to walk a field, important aspects of the field, really pick apart individual and the team's mindset on how they want to play, and then put that into practice. A lot of times, when I've traveled the world, people just line up on the box and say, I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go right, and there's really no structure or emphasis on what the team is trying to accomplish in that one point. So here, we're going to build off of that and make it so that every time a team comes out on the start box, they have a plan, they have a purpose, we see how well they can execute, and then after that, we'll summarize the point and go over, hey, what went right, what went wrong, who did their job, who didn't do their job, and then I'll just yell at them and make them feel really important. And we'll go from there. But shout out to Steve for bringing me down here and this amazing turf field that we have behind me, and Brady for filming, and stay tuned for more. I've never wiped a hit in a tournament. Swear to God, I've only ever slid it off. We are here to do a team scrimmage session. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be breaking down the field. This one that we have here was the Max Finals Championship field at Blast Camp a couple weeks ago. The team I coached won it. Teach us how to wipe. I've never wiped a hit in a tournament. Swear to God, I've only ever slid it off. But no. I've never like gotten shot and been like this. I've never gone into a bunker and wiped anything. I slid off one hit in a 7-man in Jacksonville. And then in that same tournament, we were playing Avalanche, and I was talking shit to Frank Connell, because I never want to lose to Frank Connell. And I went out to the snake corner, and this is from that point on, I never carry my swab. So if I'm going to my right, I never keep my swab on my left side. I move it to my right. But I literally had my swab going right to the snake corner and got shot right here. And I felt it, and no ref wasn't inside of me when I got there, and I looked, and I was just like, okay, come on. And that was it. So there, no wipe. Okay, everyone out here? Maybe? Looks like it. Thank you guys for coming out. The forecast is not in our favor, so we're gonna try and like move things along. That being said, if anyone has to use the bathroom, get air, get paint, whatever you need, don't wait, just go do it. Just take care of it, right? You know what you need. If you need to go do it and it's off the field, just go do it and come back as fast as you can. That makes sense? No one's got questions on that, right? Good deal. To start things out, shout out to Steve for making this happen and getting me down here. And I really appreciate all you guys taking the time to do this as well. A lot of people just see some of these things that, well, now semi-pro guys do, and they just don't want to do it. They think they're too cool for school. But I appreciate you guys coming out here and putting the effort in and wanting to learn. And I am here to help you learn. So if there's no stupid questions, of course there are, but I will answer them to the best of my ability. So if you have questions about anything, this is your time all day here. As long as I'm here to ask, even after this, you can always message me on social media. I'm your guy, okay? Just don't message me too late. I got 3 kids and they keep me up. With that being said, we are here to do a team scrimmage session. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be breaking down the field. This one that we have here was the Max Finals Championship field at Blast Camp a couple weeks ago. The team I coached won it. I wasn't able to attend, but I gave them some pointers going through guns up and running through the field, and they won, even though I wasn't there, so I'll like to, haha, I still got it. So we're gonna break this down, and I'm really gonna ask you guys a lot of questions, right, on your mindset and why you're choosing to do what you're doing, and what do you see in front of you, and why, based on what you see in front of you, why are you making those decisions, okay? I've traveled the world and taught clinics all over the place, and the majority of people just line up on the box. All they want to do is play 5-on-5, and someone says, I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go right. It's not how you get better, it's not how you win. A lot of you have probably been doing this for a while. Some of you are very new to this and younger in the introduction of tournament paintball. So the better job you can do mentally preparing before you step on the field, understanding the layout, what you want to put into practice before you get here. It's not about just coming out here and playing 5-on-5 and having fun. I'm coming out here with a purpose. I'm going to put in 100% effort. Doesn't matter if it's for 30 minutes or for 2 hours. I'm going to treat this like it's a workout at a gym, right? I'm going to go there. I'm going to lift my weights. You can't half-ass curling 50 pounds or bench pressing 225. Either you can do it or you can't. Okay? And if you can't do it, you work on ways that you can better yourself and become stronger to do it. So different ways to run to the snake, different ways to shoot off the break, different positions to put your teammates in so you know where the bodies are and you can communicate effectively to break the game down and win the point. And that's just one point. We have a whole match we're going to play, right, in a typical tournament setting. So that is the things that we're going to be working on here and playing. And then after the majority of every point, we're going to try and stop, and I'm going to give some pointers. It's going to be obviously tough to see everything in one person with a big field. But just getting that mindset, it's not about, oh, I got shot or I got bunkered or some shit didn't go my way and I kick the ground and I walk off. It's taking a deep breath, zooming out and going like, why did that happen, right? And it's me. It's even though this is a team thing, it's about what could I have done better? Communicated, moved, not moved. Just stayed alive. The value in just staying alive for the first minute of a game wins teams tournaments, right? Not putting yourself so much before the team. And saying, what can I do for my team? Not what can my team do for me? Anyone know that one? JFK? Okay. Yeah. All right. So I guess a simple introduction. My name is Nick Slowiak. I'm currently ranked semi-pro. I don't play in a pro team. Yes. But I've played for Aftershock, Houston Heat, 187, X Factor, and the Ironman. And then Aftershock again. Aftershock 3 times. I've been playing pro since the beginning of 2007. This year is my first year I've not played on a pro team, and I'm here to help you. So things that I know on a personal level that I'm weak at is when I step onto a field is not communicating the things that I see and expect to my teammates, right? Just thinking that they know. I don't go to you and go, hey man, like, what are you doing? How can I help you, right? It's at the pro level at some point when you're on a team, you think a lot of the times you just kind of have that. But when you wake up and you show up at a field and we're starting the day, and I would say this if you guys, especially for those of you that are on a team, when you're doing your morning stretches and you're looking at each other, like you should know based on your time with your teammate, are they mentally checked in? What's going on? And it's all about trying to eliminate all those off the field things that affects every one of us, from school, girls, work, finances, kids, right? All that stuff, we can probably all agree, melts once we come out here and the horn goes off and we start shooting at each other. Nothing else matters. But coming into a day like today, any day you're going to play, because this shit ain't cheap, right? You guys are all have thousands of dollars worth of equipment on that you got one way or another. You spent money. You got to make the most of it and not let all that stuff affect you. So it's on you to, one, look at yourself, but two, if you have teammates or friends that are here, right? Again, it doesn't matter if it's for a clinic or for a tournament. It's just picking them up and being the best teammate you can be. All right. Well, hey, look. I asked you guys to say what you felt you were weakest at, okay? You're gonna find yourself, we're gonna find ourselves in situations today where you're gonna be stuck dealing with your weakest thing, right? Or like in the case of like wanting to shoot left-handed, right? I can't force you to play left-handed, but again, this is the importance of having a practice and or drill day and thinking of it as a workout mentality. You have a great resource here in this field. I mean, turf is nice, it's flat. I'm not wearing cleats. Like, I bet you, especially when it's a little wet out here, you can slide really well for those that want to work on sliding. This is probably a little more forgiving of a surface than some places we're used to playing. So it's on you for the things that resonate with you here today to come out here and just do that. And know that you don't need a complete field setup to work on almost everything you guys said. You don't need a full field. You don't even need an airball field. You can go out there on that rec field and do most of this stuff. But it's about just putting the work in. And like I said earlier, when you do that, we all love to, I mean, some of us are grown men with guns or playing a glorified game of cops and robbers and cowboys and Indians here, right? To fuck off and have fun. Sorry for, I'll swear more when I do this. Apologies to the young gentleman here. But you've got to clock in and put in the work and be serious about it. And so some people just aren't capable of that. But that's where you have to recognize, again, like gym mindset mentality. I've got a couple muscle groups I want to work on. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to bust my ass for 30 minutes, an hour, get it done and get out. And maybe I don't hit the third set that I wanted to do, but I worked on these two things. I did my back and I did my chest, right? I didn't get to legs because no one likes legs. But I got that done. So tomorrow or the next day, whatever my future practice schedule is, I will go in there and I will work on that. So that is the thing I would love for you guys to take away from here, is realize, like, again, you show up to a practice or you set up a practice. It doesn't have to be we have to play 5-on-5 and each shoot 2 cases of paint, and we try and cover everything, because that gets spread out over a lot of things. A lot of you said some of the same things. Some of you said some very specific things. Well, those specific things are much easier to control in a setting. And it's my job to help you figure out how you can best do that out here or wherever you play locally to get that done. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're gonna do a quick little, I say quick, breakdown of the field, right? We're not gonna do both sides. We're just gonna stay down here. We're gonna walk the back lines. We're gonna break the field up into thirds, because that's how we're gonna focus on it. Snake side, the middle, and the Doritos. And then we're gonna start playing paintball, okay? Yep. All right, so let's go to the back center really quick. Everything starts and finishes here. What you see your opponents doing on the far side, what you hear from your coaches from the pit, start and finish here. We'll start here, and then we'll finish here on the other, obviously on the other side of the field. What do you guys see when you look down the field right now? What are the things that pop in your head? Lanes? What else?
50s are fun.
50s are fun, okay. These are the things you have to think about, right? If you are a set on a team, we've got faithful, and then we've got a throw together squad, right? If I were to say we're just going to play 5-on-5, let's go out here. Who's played this layout before? 1, 2. So some people might have an idea of what's good on this field or what worked, but some of you don't. So when you get out here and you're going to start, especially if it's, let's be honest, how many of you just show up to a practice, haven't really walked the field, and just going to line up on the box and play? Fucking everybody does that shit. Like, that's where you need to be better. And so I can't read your mind unless is anyone here, I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't admit it if you could read minds. You were a psychic, telekinesis, or whatever the power is, I don't know. You have to ask those questions. So when you show up, I want to know what my teammates are seeing, what they think about doing. And here, when I hear that from you guys, I want to take that and then mold that into a drill or a practice session, something that we can do and actually put into practice and see if it works. Because how else are you going to know? We're just going to guess? Part of it, yeah. So when you get to this box in a month from now, or like hopefully sooner, because it's going to get colder, in preparation for a World Cup for those of you that are playing, or any other regional events, you have to ask not only yourself but your teammates, what do you see? What do you think we can do here? And if we think it's possible, how do we practice that? How do we try it? Right? We said lanes was the first obvious thing. Okay, who can we shoot off the break? Who's a 100% guaranteed kill we think we can hit?
The Delta. Can and towers.
The Delta is the can. You said the towers?
Yeah, either one.
Either one? So the rocket or the Echo?
Yeah. I think I can get the Snake 1 from over here.
You think you can shoot the Snake 1 from over here?
Maybe out the dead spot.
Yeah, there's a sliver of a crack through here. What else we see over here? You guys are standing over here.
If you get into that tower, the Echo tower, you can see the entire snake and you can drop paint into it.
But off the break, we're talking about just lanes, right? The game starts here. So that horn goes off, your gun comes up, who are we shooting? What's happening, right? These are the things I want you to think about. And I don't care if you can't ever say, I don't play the back center, right? You should always, when you have a practice, you should always have everyone lane. Because you might find out your number one snake guy, for whatever reason, is hitting that runner 90% of the time. You're now our shooter, right? As much as I want you to get in the snake and kill people, I'll take 5-on-4 off the break. Yeah, obviously, granted, we all live too. Okay, what do we think is shootable over here? We said the Delta, so the Dorito can.
200 if they make the 200 one.
In the 200, there's a lane to shoot the 200. Okay. Anybody else?
Corner can.
The dog.
Yeah.
Woof. Okay.
If you're running up to Chicago, you just shoot the deep one.
Okay, there we go. If you were running up to the Chicago,
That's your blocker and shooting D1 entry.
the 100 opens up.
I mean the 100, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else see that? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna walk out towards the Dorito corner. The one thing I want everyone to look at when we walk out here is, how would I get here? How would I get to this corner? So when I'm going off the box and I'm walking this back line, what am I looking infield that can shoot me? What can I shoot at? And as we see that this can is farther forward and I'm walking this back line, where would I adjust how I get out to that? Right? Okay, so first thing said was dive earlier. Okay, because you can see, what do you see here? The home. So we just talked about things we saw back there. Once we get out here, do the lanes change?
Yes.
your perception of what can and can't be done changes once you change your physical location on the field. No one does, like that's why you have to physically walk out here and look at this. I just said, some people said that there's a shot on the dog, right? Or the 200 from the back. And we looked at it from one perspective, one side. And maybe not everyone was in agreement. Maybe some people aren't even really paying, I don't know, again, I can't read your mind, I don't know if you even care. But once you walk out here, now that goes, oh shit, yeah, maybe there is a shot here that from back there, it didn't look like it was possible. And so now I'm thinking to myself, if I ever have to fill out here, because chances are in a setting, I'm not playing the Dorito corner on the break, but I have to fill out here and I know that I had a mirror in my home, how is that going to alter the decision-making process from when I get out here and how am I going to run, right? Is it smarter for me to run deeper, as deep as I can, shorter, to dive in right away, to not dive in? So that's why when you walk all the way, come all the way out here, we got to get all the way to the corner. These are things we have to look at. What else do people see? What's going on in your heads?
There's inside shots that you shoot over.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like a blind shot. You have the snake.
So right away you're looking for inside shots. When you get out here on the break, you're looking to who can I shoot inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like you can kind of hold it down from the outside. There's a lot.
You have to wrap a lot of this can in order to see.
Exactly.
Right. So here's the question: can you stop forward progress down the tape?
Yes.
Okay. And
Shoot back.
And-
Blind shots?
and no,
Well, yeah.
maybe.
That was
Yeah.
way skin cat, yes.
Right.
Yes.
So these are again, if you guys step out to the corner and look, the biggest question, I'll ask the same thing on the snake side, is if I'm playing and someone wants to come down the tape and essentially get to the 50, can I prevent them?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, if they come around the corner and they go around the baby. But if they go from the 100 to the 200, around the 300 up, can I see the 300 go around the tape?
Negative.
No. So like that tells me a few different things. If I get to the corner, I don't own the tape. I can't prevent that from happening. I have to have a call or someone watching a zone that most times pro teams would, like blue is a red is snake side, blue is Dorito side, or white. That's going to be a zone that I know I'm going to have a call and shoot the blue. If we put a lot of emphasis on how important is the 50, the Dallas, right? The Dallas, call it Dallas? Denver, Dallas?
Dallas.
Was it Dallas? Dallas, Denver, yeah. How important is that spot? If someone gets there right away off the break, or can get there right away off the break and do a lot of damage, we need to isolate that spot and have a call for it. So I know I don't have that. I have my mirror, I have the baby, and I know I have some blind shots if I wrap into those Doritos should they be playing it, right?
The outside wire.
But that's just a really important thing to ask. And you're gonna see that more probably common on the snake. Not so much this one, but just something to ask yourself when you get here, right? Especially in a situation where you wanna fill out. If I wanna fill out here, and I know that they've got a good setup on the Dorito side, the one thing that's gonna be my saving grace is I can play the Denver, or the Dallas, and I can stop the Dallas from wrapping and playing that 50 wedge, yeah? A lot of people want to fill it to a spot for no reason. This would be one of those things. Like if that is a spot that can wrap and mess up our whole side or the inside of the field, this is probably the #1 spot to stop that from happening. Other tournament. So you think there's a bounce back. From here into what? You think it's going to shoot off the wall into the snake too? Now, here's my question. We look inside, we can see a lot. How important do we think it is off the break, and there's no real right or wrong answer, but to look inside once you get here. You've gotten to the widest part on the Dorito side of the field, right? That's now, so if we're playing each other, paintball's a game of angles. I'm playing you like this, you look inside, I can wrap, I now can play, right? This, because you're looking in. So,
There's a reason I don't play Dorito.
we want to encourage you to get over here. There's a reason. There's things to think about. But do we think we want to be looking inside?
No, because you'll probably die and then lose your body.
Well, what about death right away, young
You're
man?
gonna want to play heads up anyway.
Probably want to play heads up, right? See what's in front of you. See who made it wide. Because if no one makes it wide, we do a good job of shooting our opponents on the break. We talked about wrapping right away. If I can wrap the outside of the 100, I can't see the inside of the delta, but I now own all this real estate, right? You could say this percentage of the field is what, like maybe 20%, right? Give or take, right? If I go all the way to the back center, which I can wrap and see, if we do a really good job shooting and I can play this and wrap the back center, how much of the field do I own? But if I'm thinking in my head, because I ran out here and someone went to the snake, I shouldn't be seeing anyone from here playing inside, right? And that, with just saying that and going over it, that just means what we talked about looking at our teammates when we're playing, or I said this earlier in a different conversation, so I apologize. Part of having field awareness is reading your teammate's body language. If I am in the back center and I look over and I see my teammate playing like this, I'm like, what are you shooting? What are you doing? What has got you so set on playing inside as opposed to owning the tape and then wrapping? Because we know if you do that and we get kills, we contain a huge section of the field. So why are you playing inside, right? If you hear snake two, to send a few balls over.
Or if somebody's in the center and they're shooting on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Sure.
where I
Good.
usually, if you're shooting on the tape and someone say, hey, somebody's shooting on your side, you could just switch to the other side, throw a couple balls over there and go back.
Okay. Yeah.
And hey, you might hit them from
Yeah. This isn't the fun part of paintball. This is boring. This sucks. But you want to get better. You want to make it to the pro level. Some people just have it. They see things, they get it. Archie Montemayor is a great example of that. Like, the dude doesn't need to really walk the field. He looks at a layout. He'll go out there for 5 minutes and he just knows to come out here, just bang, 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 bang. Damian Ryan, old Midwestern crazy dude. He some people know him. He could do that. He could just see things and he would get it. Most of us can't. And so that's why, like, again, this might suck and be like, well, I wanted to come out here and play paintball, but if you don't have a basic understanding of what you can and cannot do on the field, once you get out here, just cut the learning curve and walk the field and run through it and ask your teammates and your friends when you're out here questions. What would you do? How would you get out here? My role as a back player is I always study my front players. Hey, how would you get to this corner? Because not only do I want to understand how you would do it, but if chances are my opponent wants to do the same thing. So if I can shoot you, I can probably shoot them. Yeah? Okay. But I'm glad you brought up the middle, right? Because no one said that. What's the big brick on the snake side? Right? Can that person shoot you? I'd be more worried about the Seattle than I'd be worried about the snake, right? I want to know there's a snake. The one thing I don't want to do is be in a position where that snake one or that snake two can shoot me in the ass, right? And I don't want to like make a move where that happens, where I turn and I'm getting shot. And that's where I want to take note of where the 50 snake is, the Viper, the Seattle, possibly the snake two. But I've already looked at the field. I know that the snake two probably shouldn't be looking over here. We're going to walk up and we're going to look at the Randall, the Chicago, and the Rocket, Chicago, Randall. There's spots to go to as we walk up. And I want you guys just to, don't say anything out loud yet, but as we go up to these spots, think about what you see, just like we walk the back line going to the Dorito corner. What do you see that opens up lane-wise? And think about timing, right? The horn goes off and you're making your way up here on what is realistic and non-realistic to shoot. And once you get to a position up here, what opens up and what doesn't open up. Does that make sense? Yeah? Real lively.
Yeah.
Did everyone get their coffee this morning? Do we need to like start shooting people in the feet? Dance. Wake up.
So shoot the 100 runner.
That, I mean, that's clear as day, yeah?
Yeah, they can too. And then the echo.
Yeah, 100 they can.
Yeah, once you get up here, the closer you get to the Chicago, the more the angle opens up on the outside of the echo.
But
what do you-
and control the snake movement once it gets to a certain point too, but that's not right off the break.
Yep.
You actually have to Randall mirror.
Yeah.
You got the mirror all day on Randall.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do we think?
I would stay there.
Where?
I would get here to get one of the
Chicago to one of the bricks?
yeah,
Okay.
hold the I mean, you're pretty much shut down the zone from snake side and the D side.
Okay. So hey, from looking at any of these three spots, the big thing kind of coming up is shutting down sides. Can any of these spots shut down a side?
Well, the Chicago can's the best one if you ask me.
Okay.
Or concealment, cover and concealment behind that one.
It's a big bunker.
It is. You can work both sides better.
Yeah.
I think this rocket's really good on the relay side. Got a lot of the outside.
Okay. So we're saying we can lock the snake side down.
Yep. Snake 3 gap.
Okay.
You can either go into the snake or right on the other side of snake.
So hey, okay, let me clarify. From any of these 3 spots, can we prevent progression down the field and stop people from moving? You can.
If they didn't get into snake, you can definitely shut down the snake side from here.
But they, okay.
If they did.
They did.
Right? They did.
Yeah. So they make the dog. They make the snake 1. Can we stop them from coming down the field?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You're shooting the 100
Okay.
in front of them if you had to.
So here we are in the rocket. The rocket can stop movement past the 200 into the baby into the 300. Okay. Can the Chicago? No.
Seattle
Right.
can.
Right. Can the Chicago stop moving down the snake?
Just from the 3 to the 4, I think.
So no.
Yeah.
Right. So then we get over here to the Randall. Can the Randall stop moving down the snake? Which would be. We got some I don't knows. So the snake 3, the brick, the juice box. The question comes into this is can we stop someone from crawling around that?
Yeah, you
If you're
can.
tall enough. Right, so hey look, in looking at some of these things, right, like this is where in coming to a spot like this kind of dictates what players can play it. If we want to go to a spot like this and this is our our backup for preventing movement down the snake, well, I don't want this dude to do it. What's your name again? Gage, right? Like, yeah, Gage probably can't see that. If someone is low, if Gage is playing himself and he's crawling around that snake 3, he might not be able to see him. But any of us that are in the I eat Monsanto corn GMOs, Midwest born and raised, we can see, we're tall enough that we can possibly more than likely see anyone that crawls around that. But what does that tell me right here if we want to figure it out? What do we do?
You need a big home player.
No, you just do a drill. You just run it, right? We can talk about it all we want, right? And that's like the boring part, like, oh, we're getting tired, and like we're standing around. But like, holy shit, we got to a spot and we asked these important questions in the middle, the 3 spots that lead us up to the center bricks that we haven't got to yet. And can we stop things from happening? Some say, I don't know. Some say, well, we need to talk. Okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab our snake eye. Obviously, I don't know if it's Gage if you do that. And we have something just go around. And I'm not looking to murder my guy, right? But I'm gonna shoot at you, right? It's paintball, we're gonna get shot. Like, who cares? There's no judgment. You got shot crawling around a spot. Yeah, it looks like 80% of the time, we're not gonna make that move. But that also means, timing-wise, that this guy has to be shooting that spot nonstop to, 1, discourage a person from going, or to even have a chance of shooting him. Because by the time I'd bet you that anyone mostly here, outside of like coming with your ass up, decides to make that jump, if I'm not shooting, you're gonna be into that beam and you're gonna be safe. Yeah? And for those of you that are a little more athletic, you could probably start on the outside of the snake 2 and sprint up and dive into the snake 4, and I won't hit you. Because you can go wide. Boxing out wide is big too. Does that make sense? So this is why you walk every spot and you have every single person has to ask these questions. I can say I'm a middle player, but I'm also going to talk to my snake player about, hey, if you've been playing that or you've seen it, how would you best do it? And what can I do to, 1, help you? And 2, how would I prevent you? Like, what would mess you up right now? I have a pretty good idea of that because I've just been doing it for so long. But if you don't do these small things, man, and have those discussions with your teammates and then put it into practice, what are we doing? It's gonna make you that much better. And you might not remember it. Like, I don't expect you guys to remember half this stuff. Again, it's my goal for you to pick out certain little things and tweak it to what fits you best. These discussions, you're not gonna get it unless you walk the field and get here and have these conversations. What? It can't be, man. I'm at the 50. You know how hard it was to get here? You're communicating. I don't care if you're supposed to go to snake 1. I want you to retreat and come all the way over here.